Yo, so how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another GTA 5 video. So as I'm sure you guys are aware, we're winding down to the final part of the Drug Wars Part 2 DLC, known as The Last Dose. We've only got a couple more weeks left of content, and of course Rockstar Games will be releasing a brand new DLC come the summertime. Now, thanks to some of the most credible data miners and leakers in the GTA 5 community, I'm going to be sharing some more new leaks as to what we can expect to see for this summer DLC in regards to the theme of the DLC, but I'm also going to be letting you guys know about when we can expect to see this DLC being released. So as always, if you guys do go on to enjoy the video and you do appreciate me keeping you up to date with all of the latest GTA 5 news, all I ask is you do return the favor by dropping a like down below, and if you guys are new around here, hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on, as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. With that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, so the great thing about Rockstar Games in GTA 5 Online is that Rockstar Games often like to be very consistent with what times they usually release the big DLC updates, and we can simply look back at the history of what summer DLCs have been released and what dates have been released to get a safe assumption as to when they will be releasing this summer DLC. So of course, back in 2018, they released the After Hours DLC, which of course introduced the nightclubs, and that was released back in July 24th, 2018. And then the following summer in 2019, they ended up releasing the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC, which was released on the 23rd, so just one day before the previous year. Now of course in 2020 we had the whole pandemic, which set things off guard and a lot of stuff was delayed. So of course Rockstar Games were very limited with the workforce they put out, and it was slightly delayed, so they never ended up releasing the summer special until August 11th. But then in 2021 they resumed the usual theme of things by releasing the Los Santos Tuners on July 20th, 2021. And then of course last year in 2020 they released the Criminal Enterprises DLC on July 26th. So as we can see by the previous DLCs, for the past 4 or 5 years, Rockstar Games have always released the summer DLCs between July 20th and July 26th. Now typically of course Rockstar Games do drop the DLCs on either a Tuesday or a Thursday. So taking a look at the calendar for this year, as you guys can see on screen, the Tuesday and the Thursday that land closest to the previous dates are the 25th and the 27th. So it could be potentially that date or the previous week. They could push it forward this year, considering the Last Dose update didn't include that much content and wasn't the biggest DLC. I think it's safe to assume the summer DLC will be a big one. Now of course, not too long ago, Rockstar Games online design director went ahead and conducted an interview, which he said something that was very interesting, which will link on to my next point when we talk about the leaks. So in this interview, the GTA Online design director said he was asked basically what lies ahead in the imminent future for GTA Online, and he replied saying it's super important to us that players find new ways to connect with each other, whether through events we create or by us providing the tools for them to create their own moments. We've got a bunch of ideas in the works right now, all the way up until the holidays at the end of the year, so please stay tuned. So of course, with the past few big DLCs, Rockstar Games have been pushing a lot of big solo play for all of the solo players, allowing players to do all of the online missions in solo or just complete the whole DLC update, not really having to rely on other players like previous DLCs have to. So it looks like Rockstar Games will be changing things up with the upcoming DLCs in the form of making them more community based, so we have to interact with other players. Now as to what we can expect to see with the upcoming DLCs, one of the most credible data miners and leakers in the GTA 5 community, known as TezFunds2, went ahead and said this: I curiously wonder if Rockstar is planning to turn Cops and Crooks into 2020's Alien War for the summer or December update, because the source leaks showed us many details of how Cops and Crooks would have worked, and it was more of an adversary mode with special abilities, like we have these leftovers within the player special abilities file. Now before we take a look at the coding that he did share, he did put at the end, simply put, Rockstar can remodel all of this into something fitting for an Alien War DLC. Now, as far as the leftovers from the special abilities which haven't been used from the Cops and Crooks, he went ahead and shared this also, as you guys can see on screen. Crook abilities, special ability 1, passive ability 1, and vehicle ability 1. Now, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section what you think these special abilities could have been for a Cops and Crooks DLC. And as far as the other coding he shared, of course, being the player special abilities, as you guys can see on screen, there is a bunch of different stuff here, including one here called Crook Enforcer Special Out, which probably would have been something unique to maybe a cop, as far as using something in the vehicle to track down criminals or crooks in your area. They've got another one here called Cop Officer Vehicle, which of course probably would have been able to be your personal cop vehicle that you would have been able to customize should Rockstar Games have released this DLC. However, there was another ability here known as the Crook Hacker Vehicle, which was probably to do with the crooks being able to hack into police cars, as far as maybe going off the radar from them. There's also another bit of coding that read Cop Tactical Special, which was probably like a special tactical outfit you guys could get for being a cop. So you get the point basically. There is a bunch of different special abilities that Rockstar Games already have coded into the game that are basically unused, that they may be implementing into a future DLC to do with an Alien War DLC theme. Now, we did go ahead and follow up for you guys that may be wondering or maybe thinking this doesn't sound that great. He just said that this may not be a DLC of itself, but more of an advanced free mode event with special abilities inspired by Cops and Crooks stuff. So as with more bigger DLCs, we often get a new type of adversary mode along with all of the DLC content, with new cars, maybe some new missions, a new heist. However, he also goes ahead and says large parts of what have been planned for Cops and Crooks were introduced in past DLCs. At this point, what's left is the special ability version of adversary mode, or what Rockstar call it, an arcade match within the files. So of course, a lot of you guys that are unaware, there was a ton of different features that were planned for a Cops and Crooks themed DLC, which was later scrapped due to all of the controversy to do with police around the timing. However, Rockstar Games have gone ahead and used a bunch of those different features or abilities that was already in the coding in DLCs that we've been receiving in the recent years. And like TezFunds2 said, the leftovers, as far as the special abilities, Rockstar Games can tweak and change these, whether they're used for an adversary mode or in free mode for some sort of free mode event. But like he did say, it looks like we could be seeing something crazy and something out there as far as a crazy Alien Wars DLC. And I'm interested to hear from you guys down below in the comment section. Do you guys think that would be a good DLC idea? And considering the GTA Online design director also quoted that something big is going to be coming to this year's Halloween DLC that makes him laugh every time. Of course, with the past two Halloween updates, they have been very heavily influenced with aliens, with the whole UFOs, etc. So we could be seeing some sort of DLC in the summer which will play into this crazy Halloween event. However, as always, I will be sure to keep you guys up to date if we do hear any more leaks or news to do with the new DLC. So make sure you guys do subscribe and hit that little bell so you do keep notified every time I post a new video. And if you guys do appreciate me keeping you up to date with all of the latest GTA 5 news, all I ask is you do return the favor by dropping a like down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace!